Donald Trump is a businessman and real estate mogul with a net worth of nearly $10 billion. Trump is also now in the running for president of the United States, as he is crushing the competition as the frontrunner of the Republican Party. But some people always seem to ask the question, could Donald actually become president? Well, let's look at the facts. If we took the current poll standings right now, both nationally and state by state, Trump would most likely be the nominee of the Republican Party. Trump currently leads every poll in all states across the US, and is beating his competitors nationally. One of the reasons Trump is resonating with Republican voters is because he is personally financing his campaign and accepting no money from donors or lobbyists. This gives people the impression that he will not put businesses or people's agendas ahead of his own voters. There is certain truth to this claim. If someone was to give you $5 million and asked for what seemed like a small favor in return, you would immediately feel obliged to grant that favor because the $5 million helped you become president. Trump is what people call an extreme right-wing candidate. In politics, there's a left side, which is Democrat, and the right side is Republican, or conservative and liberal. Meaning that he is the most extreme person in contention, as he is the farthest to the right of any Republican candidate. What I mean by that is Trump is willing to speak his own mind, and there is no filter on what he does or says. Trump has done things like call for a complete ban on Muslim immigration, impose 35% tariffs on Chinese imports to the United States, build a wall on the southern border, and deport every undocumented illegal immigrant, and many other things. One of the only real barriers between Trump and the White House is the fact that in his announcing statements at Trump Tower, he seemed to do the unthinkable and called Mexican rapists and drug dealers. Also, as a part of his platform, he is calling for the deportation of all undocumented illegal immigrants from the US. You see, if illegal immigrants have a child in the US, that child is immediately considered a citizen, and once an adult, is allowed legally to vote. Because of this one statement, it is almost certain that all legal Hispanic people, whose parents were illegal at the time of their birth, would vote for the Democrat nominee. It is estimated that the number of people Donald has presumably lost the vote of is anywhere between 10 and 20 million eligible voters. It is almost certain that these voters will vote Democrat. Also, he has absolutely lost more than 50% of the Muslim voters after he introduced his ban towards the religion, which accounts for another million or so votes. Here's the thing. Trump has drawn out and is resonating with what people have called the silent majority. The people who don't care about government and politics and just want to live their own lives. Trump's anti-politics rhetoric has gotten people interested in this election, and it is most likely going to be what people are calling the highest voter turnout ever. Many people in the US are sick and tired of all the political correctness and stupid decisions made by politicians. Now, could Trump's decisions be stupid too? Of course they could. But what is resonating is the fact that voters don't believe politicians, but claim they 100% believe Donald. Trump's alpha male leader persona also attracts Republican voters because there are GOP extremists out there. And last but not least, the fact Trump is rich and, quote, wants to make the country rich again intrigues people. A mid-video reminder, leave your opinion in the comments down below. Trump's attitude towards terrorism, business experience, and tough immigration attitudes give him a strong edge. But would he win in the general election? At the beginning of the race, everyone said Trump will have a little fun, Trump will drop out. Well, fellas, he's here to stay. It seems that no matter what Trump says, he will always go up in the poll numbers and gain even more support from his party. So to answer the question, yes, Trump could and very well might win the presidency if the election were held today. The problem is there is a lot of time until the primaries are over, and there is a lot of time remaining for Donald to screw up and lose his support. If he can keep his numbers the way they are right now, and as other candidates drop out capitalize on their supporters, Donald Trump has a very good chance of winning the general election, and President Trump would finally be made a reality.